Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Secondhand English, the podcast that makes learning English part of your daily life. I'm your host, Alex.
And I'm Mia. We're so glad you're here. Today, we're discussing something that is a wonderful way to practice English and build friendships, inviting a friend over for dinner at your home.
It can feel a little intimidating at first, but it's such a great experience. We're going to break down the whole process, from the first idea to saying goodbye at the end of the night. And you'll soon find out that Mia and I have very different ideas about what a dinner at home looks like.
That's for sure. I like a well-planned, structured dinner party. Alex prefers a more casual, spontaneous get-together. This contrast will give our listeners a lot of useful language for any situation. So let's start at the beginning, the idea and the planning stage.
Okay, so let's say you want to have a friend over for dinner. What are your first thoughts, Mia?
My mind goes straight into planning mode. I think about the date first, maybe a week or two in advance. Then I think about the menu. I like to cook a 3-course meal, an appetizer, a main course, and a dessert. I'll spend time looking for recipes and making a detailed shopping list. I want it to be a special occasion.
A 3-course meal. That is impressive. My planning process is a bit different. It usually starts with me thinking, I haven't seen my friend Sarah in a while, so I'll think maybe I should just have her over. My menu is usually something simple that I know how to cook well, like tacos or spaghetti. Or maybe I'll suggest a potluck where everyone brings a dish to share.
A potluck is a great casual option. So once you have your plan, or your lack of a plan, Alex, how do you actually invite the person? Do you call or send a text?
For a casual get-together, I would almost always send a text. It's low pressure. I'd say something like, hey, are you free to come over for dinner this Friday? Nothing fancy, just hanging out.
That's nice and easy. For a more planned dinner, I might call or send a more detailed text. I'd say, hi, Mark. I was wondering if you and Jane would like to come over for a small dinner party on Saturday the 15th around 7 p.m. Giving a specific date and time is important for me.
That sounds very official and grown up. I love it.
It's just my style. Okay, this is a great moment for our first vocabulary glossary. We've just covered some key phrases for planning and inviting.
Our first phrase is to have someone over. This is a common and friendly phrasal verb that means to invite someone to your home. For example, we should have our new neighbors over for dinner.
Next up, get together. This is an informal word for a small, casual social gathering. For example, we're having a little get-together at our place on Saturday.
Next up is potluck. A potluck is a meal where each guest brings one dish to be shared by everyone. It's a very popular way to have a casual party. For example, the party is a potluck, so please bring a salad or a dessert.
Okay, so the invitation has been sent and your friend says yes. There's a very important next step, especially when you are cooking for someone.
Yes, you have to ask about food.
Exactly. It's always polite to check with your guests about their dietary needs and allergies. I always follow up my invitation with a text that says, by the way, do you have any dietary restrictions or allergies I should know about?
That's a perfect way to ask. I do the same. I might say something more casual like, hey, just checking, do you eat everything or is there anything you don't like or can't eat? It's so important because you don't want to cook a big meat lasagna for a vegetarian friend.
Absolutely. So now it's the day of the dinner party. What does your preparation look like, Alex?
For my casual get-together, my prep starts about an hour before my friend is supposed to show up. It's mostly a panicked rush to tidy up the living room and kitchen. I'll quickly wipe down the counters and maybe light a candle. For the food, since it's simple like tacos, I'll just chop up the vegetables and put them in bowls. It's all about a relaxed, come-as-you-are vibe.
My prep is a bit more involved. I'll clean the house properly in the morning. A few hours before the guests arrive, I'll set the table with nice plates and napkins. I'll create a music playlist to set the mood. I start cooking early, especially if it's a complicated recipe, so that I'm not stressed when my friends arrive. I want to be able to relax with them, not be stuck in the kitchen.
That's very thoughtful. My friends usually find me still cooking when they arrive, but we just chat in the kitchen. It's part of the casual experience.
Different styles for different people. This is a great time for our second vocabulary glossary.
First is the phrase to check with. This means to ask someone for information or their opinion before making a decision. For example, I'll check with my friend to see if she is free on Friday.
Next, dietary restrictions. These are rules that someone has about what they can and cannot eat for health reasons, religious reasons, or personal choice. Allergies are a type of dietary restriction.
Next is to tidy up. This phrasal verb means to make a place look clean and organized by putting things in their proper place. For example, I need to tidy up my room before my parents visit.
And finally, the phrasal verb to show up. This is an informal way to say to arrive. For example, what time did your guests show up?
Okay, the moment has arrived. The doorbell rings, your friend is here. What happens next, Mia?
I welcome them at the door, take their coat, and offer them a drink right away. I'll have some snacks like nuts or olives already out so we can chat and relax before dinner is served. I like to have everything under control so the evening flows smoothly.
My guest arrival is usually more chaotic. I'll yell, "Come in," from the kitchen. My friend will come in and I'll say, "Grab a drink from the fridge. I just need 5 more minutes to finish this." But the goal is the same, to make them feel comfortable and welcome, even if it's not perfectly polished.
And that's the most important part. During dinner, the main job of the host is to make sure everyone is having a good time. I try to keep the conversation going and make sure everyone has enough to eat and drink.
Same here. At the end of the meal, my friend will usually offer to help clean up. I always say, "Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it later." It's polite for the guest to offer and polite for the host to refuse.
Yes, that's a good rule to follow. Eventually, the night comes to an end. When the guest says they should be going, I'll walk them to the door and thank them for coming.
And hopefully the dinner was a big hit, whether it was a fancy 3-course meal or just some tacos you whipped up.
Indeed. Let's have our final vocabulary glossary to wrap things up.
Our first phrasal verb is to whip up, which means to cook something quickly and easily. For example, I can whip up a simple salad for lunch.
Next, to clean up. This means to make a place clean after you have finished using it, like washing the dishes after a meal. For example, let's clean up the kitchen together.
Next is a big hit. This is an idiom that means something was very successful and popular. For example, the chocolate cake was a big hit at the party.
And our last one is to get the hang of something. This idiom means to learn how to do something after practicing it. For example, cooking is hard at first, but you'll get the hang of it.
And that is our complete guide to inviting a friend for dinner. Whether you're a planner like Mia or a casual host like me, the most important thing is making your guests feel welcome.
We encourage you to try it. Start with something simple. It's a fantastic way to practice your English in a real, relaxed situation.
That's all the time we have for today. Thanks for joining us on Secondhand English.
Goodbye, everyone, and happy hosting!